Hey guys, what's going on everybody? Tonight we're going to be playing some more Oldhim. It's my last streaming night before Road to Nationals starts this weekend. My local one is on Saturday, and then there's another one in North Carolina about 3 hours from me that I'll probably be attending. So I'm testing a little bit of a different Oldhim list tonight just to see if making some changes might make our deck a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and pull that deck up for you guys so that we can see what that looks like. Let's see here. Here is this Oldhim deck. I made a copy of the current deck I've been using, and I just threw this up here and made the changes that I wanted to change so that we could see what that looked like. All right. So all the equipment suite is the same, but we threw in Endless Winter, which I think is a very good addition to the deck. Being able to pitch a card and use Tunic to play this card is insanely valuable. I also threw in Channel Lake Frigid. I threw in Winter's Grasp, and then here is a spicy card I'm wanting to try to test tonight, Exposed to the Elements. Exposed to the Elements is just a pretty sweet card. I don't really think I need to be able to Earth Fuse it ever for anything, but being able to Ice Fuse it is very good. It deals with Ghostly Touch, it deals with Crown of Seeds in the Mirror, it deals with... Oh, excuse me. It deals with... I'm having a stroke right now. The card Bullseye Bracers. I don't know. It deals with Van Brace if people are playing Van Brace. Like there's a lot of reasons that I like to play this card. And I didn't have to change the deck too much. I basically had to hurt my mirror matchup to be able to play these cards. One of the things that I liked about the mirror is that we were playing Rouse, E-Strike, and Zealous Belting. We're now no longer playing E-Strike or Zealous Belting to make this work. And I had to cut a one of Sunkiss for this to work. So I don't know. We're going to test this and see how it feels tonight. I don't know. I'm not like thinking this is like the second coming of deck ideas or anything like that, but I'm also not going to write it off. So we'll see what happens. Comp CC, and we'll go ahead and jump into a game here. And we're going to get to play against Levia. First up, let's start it out right, I guess. We'll definitely be on an Othos here. Let's see. I don't think we need Remembrance here. I like all of our defense reactions and our block fours. I like having the sigil. Well, let's cut the sigils. I don't know that we really need the sigils here. I don't think we want Exposed to the Elements here. They're going to have Carrion Husks. They're going to be able to block pretty effectively. We're going to have to play a better value game plan than they do, which is not always easy to do against some decks. They come really prepared for this matchup. Yeah, looking around, I don't see anything else I want to cut, so we will try it like this. So we can go pitch Sink Below, pitch Spinal Crush, and Cranial Crush to heave Pulverize here. And then we'll need to keep 3 cards at least. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Okay, I mean, we can always block with the Cranial Crush here and throw our Pulverize, depending on like what they do or how they throw at us to start the game out here. Well, them rolling a 5 is pretty good. Why is this for 4? I was like, now we got Claw stuck on the screen. Yeah, so they have 2 action points. Has something to do with what they pitched? Ah, so it's the Skull Crushers. Anytime you roll a 5 or a 6, your brute attacks get +1 this turn. Yeah. We'll block 3 here. Oh, I thought it was asking me to pay more resources. I was like having a mental stroke. I was like, I can count, right? I was like, I'm pretty sure I can count right there. But okay, no, I'm glad that I was just having a mistake there. So you're going to give me all the equipment. You're going to have 1 block on scab skins left the rest of the game. Your hand must be pretty good. I mean, they're going to start with an Art of War. What is tear limb from limb? Discard a card, then or draw a card, then discard a random card. If 6 or more is discarded this way, the next brute attack action you play this turn gets plus X, where X is its base power. That's interesting. What's that from? Monarch? I don't really see that played too often. He banishes a Dread Screamer to use Levy as ability to stop Blood Debt from being active. Okay, so we got all of that and Claw coming in for 3. That's it. We'll go ahead and give you a Choke Slam here. I mean, keeping cards in the deck isn't a bad thing, so let's see. Yeah, I mean, we could throw Debilitate for 6 here. Doesn't really seem worth if you want the truth. I think I'd rather just throw Hammer and play our patient game where we're just trying to grind them out here. We'll Arsenal the Debilitate. Now, Terra Sunder Hammer is worth having. Like, Levy is not as bad as Rhinar because, like, Rhinar takes cards out of our hand and makes us play the game in a weird way. Levy doesn't do that. Levy doesn't really, like, take our cards out of our hand. They're just, like, I don't know, like, they just seem like the fair brute as far as Oldham's concerned, so I kind of just get to, like, do whatever I need to here. Guys, also, I want to take a second. If you are watching on Kick, I am actually unable to find my stream. I'm actually not able to find it through Restream. So if you are on Kick and you type in the chat, I cannot see it tonight, and I apologize for that. So this is for 8. Go again. All right. Well, let's start with Crown. We're going to pitch Terra Sunder here. Hey, Bim, what's going on, brother? So we get to gain the life, and we get to keep our Crown floating, which means when they throw Claw, they're going to throw Claw for 5, and we'll get to block with Cranial Crush and Crown and go back to 32, which means our entire turn cycle did nothing. I'm doing well, man. Thank you. I'm trying to get some last minute practice in before tournaments start up this coming weekend. What are you up to, man? Thought I had Crown floating. Card from hand. That was for 8. Card from hand, card for Rampart, and then Oasis Respite. Not really sure what happened there. Yeah, I'm not really sure what happened there. That's pretty weird. Should have had Crown there. Anyway. Is Oldhim what you play most often? I feel like I see it often. No, I mean, you're absolutely right. I play it more than I play other decks for the most part. Like, I just, like, it's what I've been playing a lot, and it's, like, it's very good right now, so I've been testing it a lot. That is definitely what I've been playing most regularly. So this is going to be for 7. Let's pitch the Debilitate here. We'll block this for 7. The Channel Lake and the Winter's Grasp aren't really doing anything in this matchup. Like, they're not very good cards. This isn't, like, they're great cards, but this is not a matchup that I was expecting them to be valuable in. In this matchup, the only time they really provide value is when we're going to fuse an Endless Winter. Endless Winter is, like, honestly most of the reason to play ice cards. That, and I think Ice React has some value against, like, things like Katsu and some other random things where you can try to save some points on, like, their bigger turns. Swing Big is for 9. So we block 4 Arsenal the Winter's Grasp. Also a ton of defense reactions left in our deck. Like, we have 3 Sinks, 3 Fates, and we have 2 Red Staunches and another Oasis Respite left in our deck. Our opponents also had 2 turns of go against stuff. Now, I know that that's not crazy to think about coming from this kind of deck. If we could Crown into a blue, pitching the Endless Winter, and we could use Think Below here, it would be a pretty cool turn. if we were able to keep our last 3 cards, because we could go, if we draw blue, so we could pitch a blue, use Tunic to play Mulch, fuse with Autumn's Touch, and then Arsenal the Autumn's Touch. And then we have basically build your own Command and Conquer. I am going to pitch the Mulch, though, and activate Crown really before anything happens here. I want to be able to... I don't think we're really... This hand is not exactly what I would call lead on Mulch material, so... What we'd really like to see is an ice card off the top. Now, that's not exactly going to happen here, I don't think. Eesh. Oh boy. So this thing's going to be for 8 and 6 is 14. Eek. We might just be blocking with everything here. Okay, so they haven't turned off Blood Debt, so that's cool. Which means unless their last card is a Swing Big... Oh, no, Swing Big costs 2. I think they play some number of 1-cost attacks they can use here. Now we have to use some equipment here, but we do get to cover the whole thing up, which is kind of nice. So we cover everything up. We're going to use the sink below to put the Autumn's Touch on the bottom so that we're putting it with the mulch. We want to be looking at as many good second cycle plays as we can, and we've already had an abhorrent pitch stack by putting two Rousey Ancients together. Now, luckily for us, there are two Rousey Ancients with two Terra Sunders, so that might bail us out, but still, two Rousey Ancients is not good. One, it's not good for blocking, and two, it's not good for... Oh, excuse me. And two, it's not good for blocking, it's not good for playing those cards, like, it's just a pretty bad pitch stack. Them having turns where they're taking points off of their blood debt is very good for us. My man has also rolled 3 5s. Like, he has, like, literally, he's only rolled Scab Skin 3 times all game, and he's rolled 5s every single time. So blood that's gone, so this does have go again. So this is 4/7. We'll go ahead and pitch the mulch here. So we're blocking 7, and this way we still have Crown up. We have Crown, and we get to use Respite here if we need it for anything. We could have tried to Ice React our opponent, but I don't think that was really an avenue to victory. I mean... This isn't really presenting much of an on-hit. They can't pummel this because it's only cost us 1. So... Now, unfortunately, they do have one more action they can take. And that's not good for us. They could not do anything. That's very fortunate. It does not always pan out that way when you're trying to make things work. Dude. 3 5s and a 6, huh? Look at this guy playing Eye of Ophidia. He's a real gamer. Shoo! Like, not making fun of that guy. Like, I just, like, Eye of Ophidia is, like, one of the most expensive cards there is. Three, 4, 8, 9. I don't know. It technically blocks efficiently, and I can just put the Endless Winter on the bottom to keep for second cycle here. I mean, if he like throws a Claw here for 4, I don't think there's any consideration to us throwing Command and Conquer. Gosh, dude. Like, it's just nothing but haymakers right here. We're going to go up to 47 and then down to 43 cards in our deck, and they have 34, so we're up 9 cards. It's a bad hand to have heart in. I guess we're just going to have to use the Rampart here to make our heart work. Yeah, this is... Like, our opponent is like rolling scab skins like they should buy a lottery ticket. Well, it's nice to know that they do have normal draws. Okay. So this is just 6. So Debilitate, Rampart, Fate Foreseen. I could just go Debilitate, Footsteps, and then Arsenal our Fate Foreseen here. Use the Heart to gain a life and come in for 3. It's an inefficient use of Hammer. It's only for 3, but honestly, I don't hate it. It's a good turn cycle for us. Shoo! Good lord. Scab skins? Okay. Now we're talking. And then they take 4 off of Blood Debt too. I mean, there's no pummels in our deck, so us searching off of Tunic to find something is kind of worthless here. I kind of like just throwing a Fused Mulch here, just honestly because I've never really got to do it. We're putting cards back into our deck. Now, to be fair, our opponent doesn't know that we don't have pummels, so throwing the Command and Conquer and just staring at them would have been an okay play. We would have gotten quite a bit of value out of that, but... So block here for 1, 2, 3 off the Autumn's Touch. I can just keep the Fate Foreseen here. I mean, I guess I should just use it. Like, there's no reason for me not to use it here. So we pay 1. We go Earth React, Oldhim. And then we'll play our Fate Foreseen here. We'll put that on the bottom. So we block everything. That gets banished. We'll just throw Hammer for 4 here. We're up on cards. We're up on life. We're now in a very valuable spot. Our Levy opponent has to keep cards to be able to apply pressure to us, which means they're never in a spot where they can just block out effectively for the rest of the game. Even if our opponent was playing a Remembrance or something like that, like it would just be ineffective for them. Feels like they're trying to figure out if they can actually let this come through or not. They decide just to let it hit. We'll Arsenal to disable. Banish 6 cards from your graveyard. It gains +1. Wow, this thing costs 6. Gets +1 for each card with blood that banished this way. Alright, well, I have no idea what they're actually coming in for. 12? So... So 1 and 7 is 8, and 4 is 12. We'll keep the Brothers in Arms to throw Hammer for 3, and then Arsenal the Endless Winter. I can't do that though, can I? Gonna have to pitch the Endless Winter. Yeah, I wasn't thinking about the cost to actually play things. We'll leave that on top. I don't really think I want to put that on the bottom just yet. Yeah, and then we're gonna have to go staunch, pitch Endless Winter. We cover up everything. We'll just pass here. This is a card we want in our deck. And it's also a card that we're okay with blocking with second cycle. So I'm okay with just arsenaling this and passing. Normally it might be worth like actually just like getting aggressive. And playing and using Brothers in Arms to play the hammer here. But I think we're better off to show a little bit of reservation here. So this is for 7. Oh, he must have picked go again. So this is for 6. Yep. We'll play Fate Foreseen here. We will put that on top. We do not want that near our Rouse the Ancients. And then this is for 6. And we get to Arsenal our staunch response here, which is fine. We're up 11 cards currently. Skullcrack gains them resource, which is important. Skullcrack is a very good card. I mean, they have 3 resources. It kind of feels like the world is their oyster here. I mean, they could take their chance with Scab Skins. That honestly might be what our opponent's debating. Maybe they don't have a way to have go again. So, I mean, but they do have go again. They have claw. If their hand is like even like remotely weird, they can just go claw. Last card for a bunch of damage. What does this say? Banish 3 random cards from your graveyard. The next brute or shadow action you play gets +4. Pretty sure I drafted that card one time, but... So the next thing they're playing is getting +6. I mean, unless it's claw. If it's claw, it's only going to get the +2 because this is an attack action you play. You discard a random card. This is for 6, 8, 12. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We throw Command and Conquer. I mean, seems fine. Like, yeah, 1, 4, and 7 is 11. We take 1 here. We're gonna pitch the Macho Grande. I mean, they got rid of a lot of stuff here for us to only take 1, which is a pretty good feeling. And I'm throwing the Command and Conquer here instead of Hammer because it's just 6. It's 6 instead of 4. They could just take 12 here, or take 6 and go to 12 to be able to keep their turn if they wanted to. We were fortunate for us that the game worked out to where we could throw a Pulverize extremely early, and they had no choice but to give us their Husk. Okay, so this gets +3. So this is going to be for 9. So we're just blocking Spinal, Chokeslam, Cranial Crush here. Actually, it might just be worth going to 20 to throw Hammer for 4. Yeah, honestly, after I rip my mic out, I think it's worth going to 20 here to throw Hammer for 4. Like, again, we're up on cards. Like, we're kind of up on everything. We're up on life. We're up on cards. We're up on equipment block. Like, I'm sure there's a weird possibility, like a weird world where we lose this game somehow, but I'm going to be honest, I'm not seeing it. Maybe it's because I don't know enough about Levia. They may only lose 1 life from... this is our first stand-up pitch deck. They may only lose 1 life from the Hammer, but it's very relevant. We're taking cards out of their hand, and that's very important. I was like, roll a 1, roll a 1. Put into your graveyard from anywhere, banish it. I can't remember what's next, which I know is bad. Oh, this is the double rouse I said we put together. This is that very, very, very bad hand. So we block Spinal, Rouse, Ice React them, throw Hammer, Arsenal, Sink Below. Because even if they do plan on doing something else, Ice React just shuts it down. Which feels pretty good, which means then they like almost literally just die to... Oh, no, they don't die to the Blood Debt. Because this is going to like clear off their Blood Debt. But that is a very good line for us. Yeah, Sag. Throw Rouse. We're going to go up to 30 and then down to 26, which means we're up 13 cards. And we're either about to be up 10 life or 7 life. Or maybe they have like some number of Sink Belows, or maybe there's a Reckless Swing left in their deck. I was like, it's very possible that they have Reckless Swings left. We don't have any over here. My opponent just passed and killed themselves. Choose if you want a quick rematch. I mean, sure. What the heck? Don't really know why my opponent would want a rematch, but we'll take another game. That's fine. This is another one of those times when I'm going to take a chance that we draw a decent hand on turn 0. Now, like, I know that heaving on turn 0 is like a pretty fair option because you have a lot of blues in this deck. You have even more blues in the way I've built the deck, but so I can block with Choke Slam here, basically. I mean, my opponent's probably a little upset. And I'm going to be honest, I don't hate that for them. 2 games in a row, I have opened on Heave Pulverize on turn 0. It's the best time in the whole game to heave a Pulverize, so if my opponent was a little frustrated, honestly, I would understand. I wouldn't really hold it against them too much right there. Do 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 do. We put a Command and Conquer and a Channel Lake was the first 2 cards we put back into our deck. Uh-oh, starting off with the old Art of War, huh? One of the Silas on the team, he tried to play Levia for a while. What did we pick here? Your next action cards gain Go Again and Banish and Draw 2. But yeah, Silas played Levia for a while, and like it wasn't a bad deck or anything. It was just like, I don't know, like it felt very like lackluster. Like, if I'm being completely honest, that's the only way I could really describe this deck. Is that it feels lackluster. Like, that's really the best way to describe it, in my opinion, is that Levia just like kind of feels like meh. Ew. Alright, so we're taking quite a bit of damage to throw our Pulverize here. A lot more than we did last time. So we put a Channel Lake and a CNC on the bottom of our deck. Channel Lake, CNC, and then we're going to go Spinal Cranial, then Tear Asunder. And we're going to go Spinal Cranial, then Tear Asunder because basically my first 2 cards that I pitched don't play with Tear Asunder. And I'd rather have a Spinal Crush or a Command and Conquer into a Tear Asunder. They might do the thing where they give us Husk here again. Do this and give us, like, Scab Skins. Save some equipment block is pretty smart on my opponent's part. Cranial, Spinal, Tear Asunder. So now we know our first hand is going to be... we know our first hand is going to be Command and Conquer, Channel Lake Frigid, Cranial Crush, and Tear Asunder. We've also put 5 cards back into our deck. Not a bad hand from our opponent here. Let's block Buckling Blow, Command and Conquer, and Crater Fist. I'm using Crater Fist just because it's efficient. Putting Buckling Blow back into our deck is the 6th card we've put back into our deck. You'll often hear me when I'm streaming count that out loud. I haven't the last couple times because we've been playing with Taylor and I've been testing a little bit here and there. But oftentimes when I'm playing games, like especially streaming, you will hear me talk about how many cards I've put back in my deck. I do that because it's the most convenient way for me to teach myself what I've pitch stacked. That is the complete purpose behind what I'm trying to accomplish, is to let myself know where I'm at in the deck. Now, the difference between playing online and playing in real life is that Talishar tells me how many cards are left in my deck, so it's very convenient. Discards a Swing Big, so the next thing is getting +6. So we put 6 cards left in our deck. Like, we put 6 cards back into our deck, right? And since there's 57 cards, I know that I'm 51 cards away from my pitch stack. And that's what I'm telling myself here. So this is going to be for 13, right? 7 and 4 is 11 and 2 is 13. Well, we're going to start with the obvious play here of Tunic Crown. We can give our opponent a card, Winter's Grasp, and then So if we give our opponent a card, we can pitch 2 blues for Staunch for 10. And then we can... and then we'll just Arsenal on our turn, which feels kind of lackluster. So we could block with Winter's Grasp, which means we're blocking for 4. And then 7 is 11. Rampart, block for 12, take 1. So we block Winter's Grasp. This is now the 7th card I've put into my deck, and I know that the cards that I'm putting back are working with the cards that I'm putting back into my deck are working with Terrace Under. I'm actually wrong. That's the 8th card I've put back into my deck. Crown is the 7th card. We put back a Buckling Blow, which is the 7th card. And then that was the 8th card right there off Macho Grande. Disable is the 9th card we're putting back into our deck. One day I hope to be a good enough player to where I don't have to sit and constantly count and tell myself how many cards I put back into my deck, that I'll know where I'm at and then I can just tell you. But I'm not there right now, and I'm not going to sit here and bluster and pretend like I'm that good, because me pretending that I'm that good just to impress the stream is not good for me or you guys. I think it sets realistic expectations if I'm telling you that I play all the time and I'm still trying to focus and teach myself how to pitch stack. Like, so we put 9 cards in. Every time you pitch a card to Crown, you're putting 2 cards into your deck, and that's important to remember. It is worth noting that there is generally about, I don't know, 30 cards left in your deck when you get to pitch stack with Oldhim. Depending on how the game's been going, that's generally about what you're looking at. So, 10. Glacial Footsteps is the 10th card we put back into our deck. The card from Arsenal is the 11th. So we put 11 cards back into our deck, and we're going to cover this up completely here. We're going to sink the Spinal Crush because it plays well with all the blues we put back. And then we're going to Respite the Marauder to go back to 26. And we actually have a turn cycle where we gain a life. 10, 11 off Crown. The sink is 12, so we put 12 cards back into our deck. Macho Grande is 13 cards we put back into our deck. Yeah, because it was 10, 11, and then the sink was 12, and then Macho Grande's 13. Okay, so this is a... I don't even have to Crown here to start out my turn, because this is just 4 go again. Doomsday. Shadow Instant. Play Shadow Doomsday only if there are 6 or more cards with Blood Dead in your Banish Zone. Create a Blasphemy, the Soul Harvester token. Oh, yeah, you like have to attack this thing for 6 in a turn, right? Or something like that. So I'm going to sink the Staunch to the bottom because we're looking for... actually... yeah, there's quite a few defense reactions left in our deck. We'll go ahead and put the Staunch back on the bottom. So that's 14 cards we put back into our deck. And now it's unfortunate. I mean, I can play Fate here. We'll put this on the bottom. That's 15 cards we put on the bottom of our deck. So we're grinding towards our second cycle. 14, is that what I just said? So let's kill the token here. I have no interest in this thing sticking around. 15, 16. No, the Sink Below from earlier in the turn was 14. Fate Foreseen was 15 to the bottom. So now we're at 16, 17. All right, we put 17 cards back into our deck. It also notes well that the Autumn's Touch gets paired very well with the mulch we just put on the bottom. Put 17 cards back into our deck. Blood Rush to start the turn. I don't really think it's possible for Leviat to try and fatigue us just because of how their cards line up. They have a lot of cards that say discard a card, do this, do that, blah, 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 blah. 2-0 coming up. I love the confidence. Book it. Thanks, man. I appreciate that level of confidence. I wish I had that much confidence in myself. What is this? When put into your banish zone, you may play... okay. So they can play this from their banish zone? That's pretty neat. So this is for 8. So we block... We block Winter's Grasp. Yeah, we're blocking Winter's Grasp here. We're going to use Tunic to pay for the Rampart. And then we're going to play Fate Foreseen. We're going to Fate Foreseen that to the bottom. Yeah, that's the 18th card we put into our deck. I've got 10K on this game. Who are you betting 10K with about the outcomes of my Flesh and Blood matches? Because that is wild to me. They took 6 off of their blood debt and joined us at 23. Normally, the first time they do that, I feel like we're in a pretty good position, if you want the truth. Because that's 6 free damage that we didn't have. Oh, no. We took 2. Sag. 18 cards into our deck. That means we're 30 cards away from pitch stack. So we're getting closer. Have you and Kyle just become rich in the meantime that I wasn't thinking about, and you guys are just like free rolling betting 10K on each one of my games? Because if so, I love it. Some guy at the bus stop outside Walmart bet you on my games. I love it. We're gonna go Macho Grande for our 19th card to put back into the deck. Let's just give him 2 cards here. Titan's Fist is our, or I'm sorry, Terra Sunder is our 20th card to go into the deck. Man, Levia just churns through their deck here. Oh no, he's got Friends Help? What? I know I'm about to ask you a silly question, but have you played the new ranked Fortnite yet? My man takes 2. Tear limb from limb to start the turn. We're 20 cards. 20 cards put in the bottom of our deck. He does discard a 6. So the next thing's going to get +6. I honestly wonder how it would go if we had the life gain in here. I don't know that it's necessary, but I'm curious to see what it would feel like with the life gain in here. I never did find those batteries at Walmart. You and those batteries. All I had to do was remember one aisle, and I failed you, even there. Alright, so this is probably going to turn off Blood Debt. I mean, most likely. It's going to turn off Blood Debt here, because this is like banishes 3 cards and gets +3. Which means... yeah, so this is going to be for 9.15. Sheesh. So 1 from Crown, 2, 3. Oh, also I forgot. We put 21 and the 21st and the 22nd card back into our deck. So we're 22 cards into our deck now. And right now we have 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. Take 1. I think that's fine. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm an idiot, opponent. Lord. Yep, so there's cards 21 and 22. I have to put all those cards up there. Duh. And there's card number 23. I actually take nothing. I can't count, apparently. Cool. Works for me. We just need to make sure that the next card that goes into our deck is a blue Guardian attack specifically. Like, this Cranial Crush will serve well. We already put a red Endless Winter in. And if we're having a turn where our turn is... if one of our turns is Rouse into Endless Winter, we're having an insanely good turn. 23 cards into our deck. And this is going to be for 6. We're going to Arsenal the Fate Foreseen here. Our opponent's turn being lackluster pays out for us here. He was up 5 when I said book it. It's even now. Well, I like to keep you on the edge of your seat. Hush. The bot just said you're level 0, Ben. I didn't even give Botrex permission to be live in this chat. I don't even know how it's in this chat. That's hilarious, though. God, Ben, you get harassed by the bots in my chat more than anything. I honestly have no idea why Botrex just said that to you. We put card 24 into our deck. I forgot to unmute my mic. Yeah, I was talking to Carly and I muted my mic. And then I forgot to unmute it when I came back and started talking. Oh, no, he did have the 7. Ugh. Sad days are sad. We're going to go Fate Foreseen from the Arsenal here. We'll put this on the bottom. That's card number 26. 26 cards into our deck. At this point, I'm wondering if we're even going to get to it. Brothers in Arms, nice. This is like one of the best like blocking. Like this card plays so well in Oldhim, in my opinion. He did discard a Bear Fangs, all right. Man, stream elements, everybody just coming random in the chat here. So we're like 12 cards away from our pitch stack, roughly. We're gonna go 27, 28 right there. We're gonna pay into this. And I'm gonna use Oasis Respite here. Well, the 2 games of Levy I've played, this has felt better. 29 cards back into our deck. I think I'm off a card somewhere. I don't know if I went up too many or down too many, but I think I'm at, I mean, based off what I've counted, I've definitely counted 29 cards. So we'll see how close I was. They take 1. I just said 29 cards. I mean, this is a pretty good hand. Like, this feels like pitch debilitate here and then have a pretty solid hand. And then all of a sudden it's not so good anymore. Man. If we had pitched better, shoo. We kept that debilitate. If I remember that pulverize was coming, we'd be in a great spot right now. We'd have Tunic coming up, and we'd have a 14 power attack coming at our opponent. I mean, let's throw Pulverize. Let's see what the rest of the turn brings us here. We also put cards 30 and 31 back into our deck. They've turned off Blood Debt for the turn because of their go again attack. Unfortunately, we did not have a way to punish them. And they just pass. Okay, and they concede. I was going to throw Endless Winter there for 8. Yeah, I don't know. So this version of Oldhim feels pretty good into Levia. Not that I'm too worried about Levia being running rampant around RTNs this season, but people do like to bring their pet decks to RTNs, that's for sure. So I mean, you never know what you'll run into. Our only go again attack in the mirror being Rouse is kind of rough. I don't know. It leaves you open to to getting caught in some awkward spots. So creator dashboard. Playing against Dromai, huh? Okay. Botrix is no longer allowed back in the Twitch chat. We just made sure of that. So, all right. Ben said, I said book it. That's right. ABB, always be bopping. So, crown, tunic, crown. I'm honestly wondering if I should be cutting the life gain cards in this matchup. This is going to be another matchup where I wish we had our go again attacks. I want to try expose to the elements in this matchup and see if we can get them. I'm going to cut sigils here and see what we can do. We're playing 66 cards into this matchup. We have quite a bit of poppers here. I'm honestly going to have to look at my deck and see what the differences are in poppers. Like, and see like how many poppers I have versus how many I have in the other list. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Let's just go ahead and play our Fate Foreseen here. They might follow this up with a Dust Up or something, but we can still block it pretty efficiently. Let's put this on the bottom. So we put one card in the bottom of our deck. 3-0, book it. Book it, my man said. I appreciate the like unwavering amount of support here. I think this just feels like we're throwing hammer here. We're going to put two poppers together on the bottom of our deck and just kind of throw hammer. I'll be back to confirm in an hour. Oh, it's funny. I mean, fair. I get it. It will take a while. We're playing Fatigue Oldhim. Yep. I mean, we're going to start out by popping things. Like, let's do it. Command and Conquer, huh? I kind of want to get the channel into play if you guys want the truth. Let's shuffle this back to the bottom. We've now put 3 cards into our deck. So we'll take 1 here, go to 39. I think this is fine. We'll play channel and pass. I just think that like the turns of channel here are just so disruptive. Okay. I mean, Mirror Guy's an immediate kill. This would be a heck of a turn for go again. Shoo. Let's kill Passing Mirage. Passing Mirage is an immediate kill. Like you have to get that off the board the second it hits. I don't think I want to heave. Yeah, I don't think heaving's where I want to be at. Invoke Necria. No, let's undo this block. Let's actually just sink below this here. And we'll put the... Do I want to put the Autumn's Touch on the bottom? Now, we're leaving ourselves with 1 popper, which is a little awkward, but that's okay. So he activates this and then plays the Dust. The Dust is tough to play into. Let's kill Mirror Guy. Get Mirror Guy off the board. Okay. This is really awkward. Because if we don't have a popper, like, they're going to do a lot of damage this turn. We also have no Ice Fuse here. So we're going to play Time Snap and pass. Oh, man. Yeah, wish I had an ice card here. Maybe I'm supposed to Tunic Crown just to see if I can find an ice card. I don't think so. I don't think that's the play here. So, what dragons do we have over here? We set up quite a bit of a board here. We're just gonna kill... There's literally not one card. The only card we could draw into is a Pulverize. That would allow us to have Go again, which means we could kill Necria, and then we could swing the hammer at that. I mean... Maybe I'm supposed to take my chances here. Okay. Yeah, I did not think there was a high chance of that hitting there, but we're playing to our outs, so good play. All right, well, we'll kill Necria, and then we'll get Kylori out of here. Good draw. Better to be lucky than good. Let's go Rouse, Pulverize. This is a good popper hand. Now our opponent will probably just swing an Ashwing here. Let's go ahead and pop this. Go ahead and kill Uvia, get this off the board. And we'll just go ahead and pass here. We just put a popper down there. I honestly wondering if I'm supposed to be taking out my Sync Blows and Fate Scenes in this matchup, and that's what's giving me such a hard time. Like, I'm just not like, so if you're playing against a Dromai who's playing a super heavy dragon build, it's not fun to have your Sync Belows in. But if you're playing against like the Redline version, I'm convinced you need it to actually be able to do something with it. Like, because I can't just leave these cards in my hand. We're just gonna hit an Ashwing here. We can't kill the Yenderai. And then we'll go Macho, then Fate, which means we'll want to put We'll want to put some good ones back into our... We'll want to put some poppers back into our deck here. Plays Caloria. Okay. We'll block here. We'll block with a popper here. Let's go Glacial off a Crown. Pitch Buckling Blow. We're trying to keep 2 poppers in every hand if I can. That's really the main objective here. Keeping 2 poppers in every hand is like the key to some success here. Now, this is one of those hands where we're just like, we're going to, they're not even going to attack with it. Interesting. If we happen to find an ice card there, then we're in a pretty good spot because we can play Channel Lake and kill a dragon, which is pretty sweet. Channel Lake and Command and Conquer here, and then we get to Arsenal our Cranial Crush. Okay. And they're keeping a lot of cards in their deck. So we block with Endless Winter here. Actually, we're going to want to put Endless Winter on the bottom of our deck. Right? Yeah, because we just put a Channel Lake back. So we'll bust this. We're going to hit Asvalai because it's the most relevant. Like, killing Asvalai is definitely the way to go right here. Endless Winter, then Rouse. We'll pitch this. We'll pay 1 to block for 4. And they played Uvia there. Again, we'll pop this. We have Caloria, Uvia. We can actually kill the Uvia here with a Buckling Blow. It's not a bad play. I kind of like this play, honestly. Being able to keep Uvia off the board is very good for us. Uvia really pushes through a lot of damage in the late game. All right, this turn's gonna hurt. This turn is gonna hurt. Now, we can sink the Caloria here. We have quite a few options. Yeah, this is still game 3. We're still playing. This is a long matchup, dude. This is a very long and grindy matchup. I think we're pitching the Winter's Grasp here as much as I like the idea of being able to ice react my opponent here. I saw the 39-39 and thought maybe game 3 opponent ran when they saw you. I wish that was the case, man. people don't really run when they see me. But I do appreciate the thought behind it. Am I just going Brothers in Arms and Sink Below here? Nah, we're going to use Crater Fist effectively. We're just going to get the Brothers in Arms out of our deck. It's a good card, but I would rather it be out of the deck. Hit Kyloria. Like, we're doing a good job at keeping the board clean, but they haven't really presented us with a lot of things that are problematic so far. You got to throw this one on the dust, right? Are they also playing a Yindarai? They are. They've managed their Ash very well. Which I say that as a compliment because it's not always easy to do for some people. Crater Fist, Rampart. We're going to pay one by pitching this, and then we're going to go Sink Below. I don't think I'm going to put anything on the bottom. My hand's pretty decent here, the way it is. I'm going to play Passing Mirage. Okay. I still think we have to hit the Vincerikai. I don't think people understand how important the Vincerikai here is. With that Ash under it, I think we have to kill that. It's just way too powerful, honestly. Like, it's just, there's too much value in the Vincerikai with the Ash under it. Well, this is definitely a heavy dragon list. They're playing all 3 Uvias here. Now, the good news for us is that they are playing Sand Cover and Dust Up, so I'm not going to be super scared about that card. So, block 3 here. Block with the disable, we'll pop this. We have to hit the Passing Mirage. I am going to keep the Command and Conquer in my hand because I need to be able to kill the Uvia next turn. And Command and Conquer is a great 2-card hand that allows me to deal with that. Okay. I'm just going to play the Respite here. The longer I can keep my life total higher, the better for me. We have a few plays we can make here this turn. I mean, they're playing the long game. I give them that. Is this just pitch Cranial Crush to come in with the... I think we need to kill the Mirror Guy here. Like, Mirror Guy is just too important. Let's just go ahead and Arsenal the Command and Conquer. Okay. Would have been better off to Arsenal the Heart here with the way this hand is shaped up. Let's do this. Hope we hit a popper here. We do, thankfully. They're probably just gonna swing a Ashwing here. In that case, we're gonna pop an Ashwing. Well, I guess it depends on what they do. I don't know. Like, they're nearing Ghostly Touch range. I mean, like, this doesn't really matter because honestly, like, on some of these, I'll just take one. That's how little I care about these things. Me blocking here is just me wanting to end their turn. Yeah, I guess we're gonna kill an Ashwing here. Pitch a Terrace Under. We're not going to let them know what we're arsenaling here. All right, that's all 3 Yindarais out of their deck. So that's cool at least. I really don't want to have to block this with poppers, but we might be forced to. I haven't seen a card game like this since I watched the PA teach Peyton poker when she was 3. She just kept walking off with cards and trying to eat the pennies. I don't know how I should feel about that. We get to block with a disable here. Yeah, I mean, I think this is worth taking 1. Like, this seems fine. Like, we're not losing an arsenal or anything crazy, so it's not like we have to, like... I am going to use Endless Winter here. I wish I could fuse it, but we need to clear the Uvia here. There's our mirror guy, and we're already back to pitch stack. That's crazy. I mean, I buy it. It's just crazy to me. They're attacking here. What do they play? A mirror guy, so this has no phantasm. Our second cycle's pretty decent. Like, we don't need to play... We have no reason to actually play... yeah, that's an instant, so I can just get rid of it. We have no reason to, like, actually play our Remembrance here. Our second cycle is set up pretty well. Passing Mirage, invoke Mirror Guy, okay. We're definitely going to be grabbing this on third cycle. That's when we're going to need it. That's when we're going to need to get rid of, when we're going to need to play our Remembrance here. Plays a Mirror Guy. Rutro Raggy. We have to do this now. Actually, I need to pitch a different card. Sorry, opponent. I need to pitch the Winter's Grasp here because I need to keep the Autumn's Touch to throw at my opponent. They got rid of my Null Rune Boots. Interesting. So we'll pay for this. We'll pay for Rampart. And then we'll Respite here. We'll go back to 39, not lose any life. And then if they throw the Asvalai, we still have Crown floating. Now, the Null Rune Boots is important because they have yet to play a Burn Them All. We're going to bust Asvalai here. And then we're going to throw our Autumn's Touch at the Tumultai. We kept it for this reason specifically, because even though I want to kill the... I would really like to kill the Mirror Guy there. It's just not in the cards this time around. So... I think I have to take 6 here, if you want the God's Honest Truth. Or I'm sorry, take 9. Go to 29. Like, taking some damage here is fine. We're still going to pop whatever they play here. Whatever they do next, we're just going to pop it. Yep. Phantasm. That Ghostly Touch is going to get up there. So there's one Mirror Guy left in their deck. This is actually the second one. And we'll just pass here. We'll go Rouse, or Spinal, then Rouse. They're playing Sand Cover. What does Sand Cover say, specifically? I don't know what they just did by playing their Sand Cover there. Let's see what it says. Target Ash you control gains Ward 4 until the end of the turn. I'm actually just going to let this happen here. I think our next cycle is going to be a little bit rougher here. Hit Vincerakai. Okay, so we have two poppers here. We're going to pick Go again. Let's block with Rampart, and then let's sink this. And we'll put the Buckling Blow on the bottom here. And then whatever they follow up with, we have... So I've already activated Furnace. Yeah, I think we're just going to block Command and Conquer here. I think that has to be our play. I don't want to give them another Ashwing if I can help it. Kill this. Let's kill an Ashwing. And then this is a decent hand here. Let's Rampart this. There's not a no Phantasm thing, right? Yeah, okay. All right. They have yet... There's still those two Yendorai's just staring at me that have yet to attack or really do anything. They're going to play a Sand Cover and then play a Okay. So they're probably on all three Remembrance here, if I had to guess. Just at the outs of trying to fatigue me, which is crazy to think about in my head. They'll go back up to 30 right here, and then they'll go to 31 off their Fate Foreseen, and then go back to 27. And they go Chromai, Marigai, Marigai. Play Channel, pitch Winter's Grasp, and then kill an Ashwing, pitching Cranial Crush. I mean, like, we've kind of committed to fatiguing them here. Winter's Grasp goes in the bottom first. Is that their last Sigil? think that's all 3 sigils, right? Yeah. I mean, not that like their sigils are super important, if you want my opinion. Like their sigils are cool for them if you're on the Michael Fang plan where you're just trying to kill them and run them over, but so we pitch Terra Sunder to play Terra Sunder, and then we throw Endless Winter for 9. Yeah, I mean 9 dominate. Like card from hand, Sink Below, and Flamescale Furnace here. Like if they have a Sink Below or a Sand Cover in their arsenal, which is probably what the case is here, but we're still trying to take action here to get cards out of our opponent's deck. The only game plan right now is that we're taking all the good cards out of their deck, but if there's a third Remembrance, then I think we're going to have a hard time fatiguing them. Like, maybe we get lucky and they don't have a defense reaction in their arsenal, because 2/4 and then Sink Below from hand is not enough. Huh. They didn't have it. Pop this. And they pass. I think throwing Command and Conquer at our opponent to go back to 30 here is fine. I could kill a Yindarai here. They're just going to take their 5-card hand. And again, we have 2 poppers in our hand. I mean, we could, like, I think they're too high for us to just start throwing attacks at them. Like, I don't think that's how we're going to cross the finish line, if you want the truth. And they choose go again. So now we have 3 poppers in our hand. That's a second E-Strike we've seen. Now, if they attack with the Asvalai, I do have to take... Yeah, that's fine. I'll block here. We'll kill Asvalai, pitching Thunderquake, and then we'll Arsenal another Cranial Crush. The cool thing about Crown of Seeds here is the fact, like, they don't know... Our opponent does not know what we're arsenaling, so they have no way of knowing what we're actually seeing here. Like, what we're putting back into our deck. I think they're attacking me now. Yeah, see, they have all these defense reactions. I'm honestly thinking that they might fatigue themselves here. But, like, when I say fatigue themselves, I mean they just don't have enough cards to actually do anything with. Which, I mean, consider me tickled about that. Like, that's awesome. Like, that's great. If we get to a point in the game where all they have is defense reactions, we're in such a winning spot. No, it sounds kind of crazy, but honestly, part of me didn't even want to play it right there. Endless Winter, Command and Conquer, and is there a... I like to put the blues in here. I don't like having a bunch of reds, like awkward reds in our deck. where like our hands become bad and we can't really do anything. We do get to shuffle back in 3 poppers, and then we get to go back to being up 3 cards. So we go pitch rouse, play rouse, reveal Endless Winter Cranial Crush, and then throw Endless Winter at them. I think blocking is just better here. I think we want to give them as few chances as possible to actually do something. I mean, we could just use this to kill the last Yindarai. I don't know. I kind of like putting pressure on them, if you want the truth. Putting pressure on them is important because, I mean, they can't just ignore us forever. Like, they are at 17. And we have a quad popper hand. Insane. Oh, popping time snap here. Okay. Passing Mirage. Oh, into Dominia. All right. Yeah, that's fine. They flip a Chromai. So they take an Endless Winter from our hand. And then we'll just pay here. This is fine. I'm going to kill the Dominia. The Passing Mirage is obnoxious, but the Dominia is a must kill. My gosh, you have a 3rd Remembrance? Who hurt you? I don't know how this Dromai player expects to win in time with 3 Remembrance in their deck. Now, we don't have to play around Time Snap anymore, but we are playing around this Passing Mirage. I imagine they're going to go get, like, some variation of Chromais and Miragais. I mean, maybe they go get Tumultai here. Maybe they think they can cross the finish line with Tumultai. Maybe I was supposed to Crown before that so that I could block the Arcane from Burn Them All. Because there's 2 more Burn Them Alls in their deck, and I mean they have quite a bit of turns left to go. Uvia, Chromai. Okay, I mean, honestly, that makes sense. And they banish 3 red cards, and we're going to kill Dominia here. Like, don't get me wrong, like, Passing Mirage sucks, but nothing compares to that stupid Dominia. Like, letting it take cards out of our hand is so bad for us. My man's going to start with attacking with the Ghostly Touch. So we're going to have to take quite a bit of damage here, which is unfortunate. But it is okay. So we're going to block Winter's Grasp, Fate Foreseen, and the Rampart, which is going to be 8 and then 9 from the Crown. Right? Is this... What just happened? I'm gonna Fate Foreseen here. Okay. That's fine. I mean, we'll put this on the bottom. We're just going to keep shuffling cards through our deck here. That's fine. Now if they attack with the Ghostly Touch, I'm just going to pop it. I don't really know what my opponent's doing here. If you want the God's Honest Truth. Now, Crown does save us from the... Crown saves us from the arcane damage, so we get to stay at 27 there. We get to kill their Passing Mirage. How many Passing Mirages are left? I know they shuffled some number of them in, but I honestly can't remember. God, is there still 2 of them left in their deck? No, 1. There's 1 Passing Mirage left, and they've seen all 3 Remembrance. Oh boy, here we go. Okay. Let's go Tunic Crown. We'll stop 1 of the Arcane here. We're going to have to use that basically every way we can this turn. Man, we just keep missing our Expose. And that's, again, bad planning on my part. So we took 1 Arcane. We'll block 3 here. And our opponent just passes. Okay. So they're definitely arsenaling a defense reaction here. I mean... we're just gonna kill this. We kill Mirror Guy. We pass. We arsenal the Expose. Okay, we're gonna have to hang on to our Command and Conquer here to be able to deal with the Uvia. Because if our opponent is good enough at pitch stacking, eventually an Uvia on the board will kill us. Yep. Also, like shuffling Command and Conquers back into our deck, because the more Command and Conquers are in our deck, the we can keep killing Uvias like this. We're gonna pitch the Macho Grande here because we want to see our poppers sooner. And again, we have 3 poppers in this hand. There's their Mirror Guy. They're pitching garbage time cards now at this point. We're not going to pop it, but we're still going to block here because we can pop the next 2 things that come at us. Pop this. They decide to throw the Ghostly Touch route, then we got them there. Fatiguing Dromai is so hard. Fatiguing Dromai is like one of the hardest things in the game to do. They just play another Chromai. Alright. How many turns left of this burn them all garbage do we have? At least another couple more. Alright, well, we gotta kill the Chromai here. One of the Chromais anyway. The Chromais are the things that stack up. The Chromais are the things that kill us the most here. Like, those are the cards that scare me. And if anybody's ever played against Dromai, they know that Chromai is capable. So the reason I say that, if you're playing Oldhim and you're thinking about why you should kill Chromai over Mirror Guy. So right there, if we kill Mirror Guy, we'd be facing down 2 Chromais and a Mirror Guy still. But now we're facing down Chromai and 2 Mirror Guys. Mirror Guy, having multiple Mirror Guys, does not duplicate its effect. Multiple Chromais duplicates its effect. So it's harder to play into. For anybody who's looking to get into Oldhim and is wondering about how you should be playing things, that's why. We're gonna block with Channel Lake Frigid here. There might not be any ice cards left in our deck to fuse expose the elements with. What are we gonna pick? Go again? Draw a card? I mean, let's take one here. Okay. Activate Furnace. Yeah, see, they have so many defense reactions left in their deck. They were forced to play Sand Covers and Respites because they did nothing. Because they did nothing. The only question is, are they going to run us out of cards? And that's a scary thought to think about. Like, we have 7 cards, they have 6, and we're forced to block here a lot. I mean, they might just run us out of poppers. 3 Remembrance. Are you about to tome me? I was like, please refresh. So this attacks for 18. Let's pitch expose. We go to 8, which sucks, but I mean, I don't know. They might be able to cross the finish line from here. We're going to go back to 9, and then we're going to Arsenal this. And then we have a very good hand. Like, we have 2 poppers, and we're about to shuffle another one back into our deck. All their cards are defense reactions. I don't think they have anything else left they can do here. We'll take 1 here. I honestly think I'm about to give my opponent a card in Tunic here. I don't know if giving them Tunic is correct here. Like, it might just be right to go to 7, but that's just another card we have to block. So they're going to go up to 7 and then down to 3. And then we're going to go up to 7 and then down to 3. This game has been intense. Kill Mary Guy. I honestly think I'm just going to... no, I got to Arsenal this. Okay. Gain a life. Okay. We're going to attack for 4 here. I think there's only 3 poppers left in our deck. Two. There might be a third one. I honestly don't know. I don't think they have any more dragons. I genuinely don't think they have any more dragons. I think they're out of ways to attack us now. The inventor of chess really missed out on not giving the rook the ability to do +2 lightning damage when moving 4 or more spaces. What is it gonna deal lightning damage to? Like your opponent? Kill your opponent? So we have 2 Macho Grandes in our last cards of Pauper. The enemy king, but you don't deal damage in chess. Listen. I think chess would be a lot more fun to watch if you randomly got to hear deal 2 lightning damage to your opponent. Like that would be fun. Mix League of Legends with chess. Hey, I'm in. I think our opponent is inevitably just sitting there realizing that they've lost this game and that there's nothing they can do about it. Even though I had a very bad expose the elements in my deck. I wanted to use tonight to test expose to the elements to see if it was worth playing, but I don't know. Like, I haven't been able to fuse it. It's felt kind of lackluster. I could see it being very good in like a lot of matchups, but there's probably a reason that nobody's playing it right now, right? Like that's what I'm telling myself at the current moment, that there's probably a reason nobody's playing it. My opponent passed. Is it me that's lagging? No, it's my opponent. They have all these defense reactions left in their deck that they can play, but I don't like... They don't have any passing mirages. I'm pretty sure they're all in here, right? Yeah, all 3 passing mirages are in here, which means the second they throw that ghostly touch at me, pa-pow. Get that thing out of here. I mean, I was like... So, we should play correctly here in case they don't. In case they have a semblance in their deck that I just haven't paid attention to. Because there is always the off chance that that does happen. I don't think there's a semblance in their deck. Like, most people aren't playing semblance nowadays. That was like an old school, like first early Jeremiah list combo that people were playing. All right, apparently our opponent's just like kind of having fun, just hanging out. Dear Maria, count me in. Yeah, I don't... Like, I don't know what my opponent is contemplating. I don't know what they're debating here. Like, they can either attack with Ghostly Touch or they can play a card from their hand. There is no other option. We're in garbage time. And I say garbage time being the time, like, the game's probably over. I've probably already won this matchup. Like, my opponent's just being a troll and just sitting here and, like, literally just trying to, like, ruin my evening. I mean, like, maybe they're watching my stream and they're just, like, they see that I'm frustrated. I don't know. I don't really understand people's want to sit and make other people miserable, if you guys want the God's honest truth. When I feel like I've lost, I just concede because I'd like the game to end. Maybe my opponent had to randomly go to the bathroom. I mean, I like maybe they sat down thinking, you know what, I'm gonna play one more game and then I got to use the bathroom, and then it took over and they had to run to the bathroom. I don't know. I guess anything could have happened. Try to give my opponent the benefit of the doubt here, but like I'm not gonna concede. I like if they want to keep moving their mouse and doing things and sit here like all night, like I'm working from home tomorrow. I have nothing to do. I can sit here. Like if this is the kind of like contest they want to have at the end of the game. Dear Maria, count me in. I was listening to that song today. I really like that song. That's a very good song in my opinion. Well, I guess while those are breaking the action, appreciate you guys hanging out tonight, wherever you're hanging out, whether that's on, Twitch, Kick, Facebook, YouTube. I appreciate you guys hanging out, keeping me company. Be sure to check out our sponsor, the House of Cards, the official sponsor of my stream. Anytime during the stream, you can exclamation point sponsor, and they will. You can exclamation point sponsor, and the link to their store will pop up in the chat. So be sure to check them out for all of your flesh and blood needs. Okay, well, our opponent just became inactive. I don't know. I'm going to assume that something happened there. We're 3-0. I don't want my last game to be ended that way, so I'm going to play one more. I'm going to play against this Dash here, honestly. I really like to play against Dash. There are a lot of opinions on how this matchup goes. Booked on an effing heater. That's right. ABB. Let's see. I think I still have that as a command. Do I? Is it going to work? Yes. Always be bopping. That's right. Uninstall the game. Good lord. Been getting toxic out here. Let's see. We're going to cut Fates, Sinks, Staunches, Respites. I don't think we really want Exposed to the Elements here. Like, we're not really going to get rid of anything. And we'll just leave it the way that it is. We're going to leave in the Remembrance because I like to be able to shuffle cards back in. No sportsmanship in bowling. That's right. We got to let them know what's up. Yeah, I mean, I'm going to throw 8 at my opponent to start the game out here. They're going to give us 3 cards. Okay, well, they understand their role in this matchup. I will give them that. We put 2 cards back into our deck. And now our first hand is a Disable and a Debilitate, or a Glacial Footsteps. A Glacial Footsteps and a Disable. We're going to pay 1 here, cover it up. And then if they attack again, we have the resource into the Rampart again. Hopefully they don't have an item here. That's like worst case scenario for us. Oh, they're loading the pistol a bunch of times here. Honestly, I get it. They want to pitch all their cards? No arsenal here. Oh, they're playing Skullcap? Makes me wonder if they're playing... Well, no. If they were playing like Tree Frog Dash, they wouldn't be on Bender and Accelerator. They would be on the... They would be on the 1-for-2s. The Ironhide Legs and Ironhide Gauntlet. I mean, this is fine. This still blocks for 2. Yeah, I mean, our life total is our life total in this matchup. We get to play Rouse, reveal Autumn's Touch, and Endless Winter for 13 points, and then we get to pitch the Autumn's Touch to play Titan's Fist here. More cards we can get out of their deck, the better, because that is how we win this matchup. Is by getting all the cards out of their deck. They have to block so much that they can't stay in the game. Trip Reds in their hand is also good for us because it means that they don't have... So... We're going to block with Buckling Blow, and we're going to pitch the Disable here. And this way, if they decide they want a pistol again, we get to block it again. We get to block it with the Rampart here. And then we get to throw Endless Winter Fused, which is very good for us. They're probably not going to attack here because they know it's for naught. Like, it's just a waste. Fusion, which means every card you block with, get a Frostbite. Every time you try to activate the Pistola, get a Frostbite. Give that man some Frostbites. When I said that, it made me think of... He definitely should have blocked with Skullcap there. That was dummy move. When I said that, it made me think of in John Wick when... Lawrence Fishburne's like, will somebody please get this man a gun? Oh, man. Is he just attacking with the pistol here? He's going to do this and then Arsenal. Yep, let's swing for 9 here. We'll get a couple cards out of our opponent's hand, or maybe they finally drew a defense reaction, and they're going to have that. If they're playing Pivot Dash... Okay, they must have an item. That means that their arsenal is an item, and they want to be able to hang on to it. We're getting ready to see if I was correct or not. Also, them not playing Crown of Providence is great for us because it makes Command and Conquer so much better. Also, them not seeing an item for this many turns is like insane value because we're just getting to get a whole bunch of cards out of their deck. The earlier they set up items, the worse the game is for us, generally. They have to pitch an item to play an item. Interesting. That's spicy meatball. Let's go ahead and go Crown. We're going to play Command and Conquer. And the fun thing about this is that, like, we have 3 cards in our hand. So we are representing Pummel, like, even if they don't play around it. I do think it's correct for our opponent to throw 3 cards in a Galvanic Bender here at this. That is personally how I would play it. But I haven't played Dash in a while, so take all of my opinions for what they're worth. I think our opponent not just... Oh, so see, okay, so our opponent made a very good decision, in my opinion. Like, I think that is an extremely correct decision to make. Sheesh. This hand is very, very good. They just play a Purifier and pass. So we're just going to use Tunic to throw this. And then we're going to heave the other one. Something's happening in the other room Carly's not happy about. I would like when Carly, like when something happens and Carly like doesn't like it, she always goes, "What?" Like very loudly. It's very funny. It's honestly adorable.
Because someone's fucking sludge beat me after they died. They're stupid grenades. So stupid.
I think you all heard that pretty clearly. I'm sorry, baby. Can I play the Terra Sunder and do it? No, it's unfortunate, man. So if I had Tunic here, I could go Terra Sunder, and then I could throw the Pulverize for 15, dominate, on hit, discard 2 cards, and your first thing gets -4. So instead, we're just going to... throw the Pulverize and just kind of represent Pummel here. Like, again, my opponent probably can't afford to play around Pummel in this spot, but maybe I should have kept the Terra Sunder and arsenaled that. I don't know. I think having Rouse is, like, I think having Rouse, like, the go again is very important. If this is a red unmovable, blue unmovable does not get them there, but red unmovable does. Reinforce the line does not get them there. Okay, Terra Sunder, Thunderquake, then Chokeslam. I am gonna block and pitch the Terra Sunder here because I can pitch Winter's Grasp. I can pitch Winter's Grasp and to play Rouse, reveal Thunderquake, and Mulch. And then I can throw the Hammer here, which is a very good turn. Like, it's an 11-point turn. Also, E-Strikes and Zealous Beltings are good in this matchup because the more go again I have, the more cards I'm taking out of their deck. Like, this is a Reinforce or a Sink Below here. I probably should have pitched the Mulch there and left the Thunderquake in my arsenal in hopes that I find a... in hopes that I'm able to throw the Thunderquake. Because it is 8 points here. Being able to throw Spinal Crush is also just very good. I mean, you can load the other Purifier here. Man, Oldhim is hard. Yeah, blocking is real hard, dude. I mean, I make jokes. Oldhim does have its, like, harder matchups. Like, it's not always easy to play. I mean, and then if they decide to throw this at me again, I'm going to take 1 here. I have been on the other side of the rampart in this matchup so many times. It has been so few times that I've actually been on this side of the Rampart. I think this is only the third time I've ever played against like Pivot Dash when I've been playing Oldhim. I was like, it's got to be an unmovable here. Oh, yeah. Pitch 2 cards. Num, 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 num. You love to see that. You love to see that. I have 0 skill with Oldhim. My mind doesn't understand blocking. I mean, you're a Briar player. Of course you don't like to block. Kind of a silly statement is that. Ugh, this hand is not good at all. So I can take 3 here, or I'm sorry, I can use Tunic for Rampart here, and then throw Crater Fist in front of it, take 2, and then when they attack a second time, I can pitch the Endless Winter, take 2, so I can take 4 here. I mean, that's fine, and then I get to throw the Spinal Crush at them. So again, I'm getting 2 more cards out of their deck. You playing Sunday? Yeah. I mean, unless like, you know, a hurricane sweeps through Tennessee or something crazy, I'll be there Sunday. So I actually really enjoy playing at the Meeple. Da Meeple. That is where it's at on Sunday, right? It's at the Meeple. Now, we do show them the Remembrance here, which is a little tough. I'm not a huge fan of showing our opponent their Remembrance. I would much rather my opponent be forced to find that later in the game. Okay, this hand is terrible. We're just going to try and get out of this hand here. Okay, so our opponent's going to try and play like a 0-cost booster here to try and pistol me a couple of times. It is on Sunday? Yeah, okay, cool. Or, I mean, it is at the Meeple. Okay, so we get to block Endless Winter. Take 1 and Ice React here. Because our opponent does not know how to play around Ice React. You love to see it. You do love to see it. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and go back to 37 here. No point in doing it. I mean, like, there's no difference in doing it on our turn and our opponent's turn. We'll Arsenal this. We can use our Earth React to try and save some damage here. Man, Stream Element spot in the YouTube chat's actually being active tonight. How about that? Maybe I finally, like, did something with it. Oh, It's so beautiful. So beautiful. You love to see it. So let's block channel. I lied. Let's block Macho Grande and then Earth React here. I mean, they might pop Accelerator here. I don't know. Like, gonna be honest, I truly have no idea. Yeah, I was like, they might do it. They throw out a 3rd Purifier. That's a little scary. So we'll come in for 4 here. I mean, they can't just go to 21. They do have the setup going on now. We'll go back to 40, and then there's one more life gain effect in our deck here. And we have Tunic Crown available to us. I think they're 1 or 2 hands away from pitch stack here. I don't think they're quite there yet. They're just going to pass. Like, honestly, that makes sense. Like, I understand why they passed there. It's a setup turn for them. Control dash, or like the pivot style control dash is all about knowing when to take your turns against Oldhim. Plus, they might have had a defense reaction there. They definitely had a defense reaction. Yep. So our opponent takes 1, goes to 23. We go to 43, and then we pass. Like to see another ice card if I can here. Getting another ice card out would be very good. If they arsenal a card, we're definitely going to throw the Command and Conquer here. Okay, my man's trying to play around Ice React a little bit here. Respect it, respect it. Tunic Crown. We take nothing. Our opponent loads Pistola. We're going to block 5 again. Our opponent's just going to pass, which is the perfect time to throw Command and Conquer, which means they had a defense reaction here. Now, unfortunately, with the way I've built my list, I am never able to threaten the pummel, but I do like being able to I do like getting 2 cards out of their hand, though. Okay, so our opponent plays around the Ice React here. Smart play. Yeah. I'm just gonna pitch the mulch here. So I can block all 5 and just Arsenal disable here and give my opponent a full hand. How many Sink Belows have they played? We've seen 2 Sink Belows. We've seen 2 Reinforced Lines. They pitched a Reinforced... No, all 3 Reinforced Lines are gone. So we know there's 1 Unmovable left in the deck, and I think I saw them pitch a Sink Below at one point. So I'm not 100% sure. This is probably a Sink Below. Let's block this out. Taking damage to throw hammer is not where we want to be. We want to have a better turn than that. Like, throwing a 6 for 8 is fine. Throwing a 6 for 8 is like a lot better than what we were about to do. There's no point in you loading your stuff now. Ice React's not going to be a blowout when you have 3 cards in hand, dude. Like, I don't really understand why he's loading all of his stuff here. So we get to block 5. Load. Play another chamber. I think we're just supposed to throw 8 here. Like, throw 8 at our opponent. They'll probably give us a card in whatever their arsenal is. I think it's a Sink Below. They should have a Sink Below and a Unmovable left. The unmovable might be in their hand now, but I do not think it's in their arsenal. So it's definitely this ink below here. All right, so that's the last one. Which means the only thing we're playing around from here is the unmovable. Need to get back around to that remembrance to shuffle in. We need to shuffle in our pulverizes. So they can't, even if I ice react, they can pistol me both times here. So Pitch Heart, Rampart. That's fine. We're gonna Earth React here. Now we're gonna have to take some damage this turn, but that's fine. I'd really like to be able to set up this channel like Frigid here. We'll use Tunic to pay for Rampart. Take 2, go to 38. And then we'll throw Hammer for 4 here. I dare say they have the unmovable in their arsenal. Yeah, at this point in the game, I'd say they have to have it here. They're going to reload everything. Load the pistol, load chamber, and then fire. Might as well leave that resource there. It doesn't matter. Like, you can't, well, no, you can't play around it anymore from here. So, yeah, it's got to be that unmovable. We need to get that out of there. All right, so I'm going to take some damage. I'm going to take 6 here so that I can throw Command and Conquer and keep an Arsenal card. I think keeping Crown is important, especially in the late game here. I'll choose not to pay. So we're at 32 now. They'll give us 2 cards from hand, keeping probably 2 blues in their hand if I had to guess here. Is that all 3 Command and Conquers? Yeah, so the Remembrance is coming up in the next couple hands, I believe. No Ice React for us because my opponent's smart enough to play around it. Okay, or I'm just going to have to eat crow on exactly what I just said they were going to do. Now, we don't have it, so it doesn't matter for them, but still. Is Terra Sunder Hammer worth taking some damage for? And by some damage, I mean going to 26 to throw Terra Sunder Hammer. Like, that has to be the unmovable, right? I don't know. Probably not. Like, it's probably just not worth here, I don't think. And they're going to pistol me. I'm going to take 3. So every turn, I'm taking 3, except for Tunic Crown. I'm going to take 2. And then I'm going to throw Hammer back. They just take 4. They don't want to give us a card. Interesting. I mean, nothing's loaded, so he probably needs all of it here to get his turn going. I imagine he has multiple blues in his hand. Like, probably 3 at this point. If not, he's all blues from here. Or maybe he has a red or 2 left, and that's why his hands were so like, that's why he didn't. That's why he took 4. Because I don't really know why he'd take 4 here. He can't get rid of his last card. Oh, sorry. Apologize to our opponent here because I did mean to crown right there. So coming in for 5. So I'm only taking 1 more this way. Only 1 more pistol, I mean. Yep. So I go to 26 here. I could have not ice reacted and thrown an 8 here, but I'm not really sure what a winning line looks like for me from here, if you guys want the God's honest truth. Like, maybe I'm just supposed to, like, remembrance in the pulverizes here and just hope it pans out. This is also a, like, I could take 15 here to throw a fused endless winner, which is not relevant. Guess I don't have to take 15 though. I could also just set that up for the following turn. He's loading the pistol, loading the chamber. Okay, so I can ice react him here. Okay, that's good with me. Oh, he pitched to the pistol beforehand. That was smart. I thought he was attacking. Good play by my opponent. Like, genuinely a very good play right there. Okay. So we blocked this out here. Sorry, Carly was running out, and I was trying to make sure that I got to say bye to her before this continued on. Take some damage here, sadly. Play Remembrance, Arsenal the... Play Remembrance, attack with Hammer, and then Arsenal the Endless Winter. My opponent might honestly just go to 12 here. Like, if they're smart, they're saving this unmovable for something else. And we know it's an unmovable. Like, we know that it's an unmovable here. All right. What are we looking at? What are the two, like, what's relevant here? 2 Endless Winters and a Pulverize? I think that's fair. I think that's a very fair set of cards to shuffle back in. I also think that this is a fused Endless Winter turn, which is insane value for us. This is exactly what we needed here. I'd like to tell you that this was planned and calculated, but I'm not that good at this game. Pitch a card. Pitch another blue. Yeah, see, he's probably all blues from here. We're going to pitch the Glacial here. My opponent will say go. Excuse me, Lord. I'm going to block with Rampart here, take 3. And then I'm going to block with Rampart, take 2. I think taking damage here is necessary for me to have a chance to win this game. Now, my opponent is going to throw the unmovable here and take nothing. The damage isn't what's relevant. I mean, the damage is very relevant, but it's the fused effect. Well, I guess if it doesn't hit, it's not that great. I think I'm better off just to play Channel here, as crazy as that sounds. Actually doesn't sound that crazy at all to me, considering we know that that's an unmovable that they're just sitting on. Yeah, let's just play Channel and make their life miserable. They have to pitch 3 cards to load a bunch of things. And then we'll just pass. Rouse into Endless Winter not fused. We do get to Tunic Crown here. I don't know. There's a couple of, like, we have a couple of options from here. Oh, we're going boosting, huh? Wait, did he boost? No. So I still just get to keep my hand, pitch the mulch, play Rouse, reveal my 2 cards. And then I can't play the Endless Winter because I'm a ding dong. Pitch Mulch. Reveal Mulch Cranial Crush. They might honestly give us the route, the unmovable right here, because they have so few cards left in their deck. Or are they just going to go to 8? They are just going to go to 8. Throw the Endless Winter. Now you're going to give it to me. Now I know you are. Yep. I mean, the channel is good. The channel does require them to pitch 2 cards. Now, with 2 blues, I think they can pistol us all 3 times. Is there any world where I can block with the Choke Slam here on this next one? So I go to 10. All right, I go to 8 here. Okay, so I have to keep 3 cards here. There's no way for me to throw this, is there? There's probably a way for me to keep cards and throw Terra Sunder Hammer, though. Maybe? I honestly don't know. So, somebody the other day told me that this matchup is a free win if you're playing Oldhim, and I can speak both as somebody who's played, as somebody who's played both sides of this matchup. That is not an accurate statement at all. I think I'm gonna lose this game. Honestly, like straight up, I think I'm gonna lose this game. So I take nothing here. I take 3 and then I take 3. I mean, I have to throw something here. Like, I have to be attacking my opponent. I'm not going to win the game if I'm not. They're going to reload Chamber and then reload Pistol, and then they're just going to be able to hit me again, and I'm not going to have an arsenal to stop it. Like, yeah, this game's over. Maybe I'm supposed to play my Remembrance first cycle so that I can throw my Pulverizes again. Like, maybe that's the play here. Because I tell you what my opponent's going to do. They're going to go to 3 here. Like, my opponent is going to take 5, go to 3, and then keep 2 cards and attempt to kill me. In which case, I should be able to keep an arsenal here. Yeah. They go to 3, discard 2 blues. I have played against so many Oldhims when I have been in this spot. And I have just been putting their backs against the wall because they had nothing they could do. Because, like, the items are so inevitable. A lot of people like to play Warhorn in this matchup for this reason. He's going to pitch his last blue here. We pitch heart to go back to 3, and then we go to 2. Pistol, winner's grasp. So now, like, we're dead next turn. Our opponent's just going to kill us next turn. I mean, if they've played this end game enough, they know that we're dead next turn. Because I, unfortunately, cannot take a pistol hit at all. But I can Earth React here. I don't actually have to block, which is nice. I literally just needed to be able to put on like 6 more points of pressure somewhere throughout the game. Now, I don't know what that looks like, but that's all we needed to win this game. Like, we were like one big turn, like one good turn, like an extra endless winner. I don't think I had the opportunity to play an endless winner first cycle at all. Now, it's probably on me for not pitching them well enough to set them up for second cycle. Load. Load. Now, pitch to boost your last card. I don't think there's a world where I'm keeping any of my cards here. Like, I can't imagine what that world looks like where I actually get to keep cards. I think that the third Purifier is actually just going to kill me next turn. Like, he doesn't even have to boost, although my opponent could boost here and kill me. Yeah. Oh, well. There it is. Yeah. So the funny thing is that they did give us the chance to ice react them. I don't really understand why. There's not really a way to get out of this because Rampart's going to block for 3 anyway. So. And then Pistola. When we block 4 and die. Yeah, I needed one more turn where I could throw something better. Like, I threw both my pulverizes, but I honestly think it takes the third one. And like, that's why I run the Remembrance. Maybe if I've played some powerhouse cards, maybe I'm just supposed to play Remembrance first cycle and just shuffle it in and just try to like make it happen that way. I'm not sure. Not like, I don't know. That's not a matchup I've played a ton of. I've only played it a few times against people at the shop, but well, I take that back. That's the third time I played that. I played it against a guy at the shop who I beat. I played it against a guy online who I beat, and then I just lost that one. So I'm 2-1 in the matchup overall, but I think the key to winning, that's just throwing a bunch of attacks. So anyway, guys, that was it for the night. I appreciate y'all hanging out and stopping by, keeping me company, no matter where you were watching. I greatly appreciate it. I am not going to be streaming this weekend. We got RTNs this week, but I will be back next week for some streams. If you guys are playing at Road to Nationals this weekend, good luck to everybody. I hope you guys crush it, and come back next week and tell me about it. I'll see you guys next week. Take it easy, guys.